Did you know that every living organism requires water and that three-fourths of the earth is covered in water? Cells are 70 to 75% water. In fact, scientists have not found one single organism that can live without water. Some organisms can live without sunlight or oxygen, but they still need water. Two common properties of water are cohesion and adhesion. Cohesion is when hydrogen bonds hold a substance together. The function is to transport water and dissolve nutrient against gravity in plants. Adhesion is an attraction between different substances. An example An example of adhesion can be the relationship between water and plant walls.
Water is a polar molecule. It is polar because of the difference in electronegativity between hydrogen and oxygen. The highly electronegative oxygen atom attracts electrons or a negative charge to it, making the region around the oxygen more negative than the areas around the two hydrogen atoms. Nonpolar. A nonpolar molecule is a molecule that has no separation of charge, so no negative or positive poles are formed. And an example of nonpolar molecule is nitrogen.
Temperature. High specific heat. The high specific heat of a substance is the amount of the heat that must be absorbed or lost from 1 gram of the substance to change its temperature by 1 Celsius. Large bodies of water can absorb lots of heat. From the sun and will only be warmed by a few degrees. Evaporating cooling. Evaporation is a transformation of a substance from liquid to gas. Heat evaporization is the heat from a liquid that must absorb for 1 gram to be converted to gas. Evaporating cooling of the water helps stabilize temperatures in living organisms and bodies of water. The moderation of temperature. Water moderates air temperature by absorbing the heat from the warmer air and releasing the stored heat to cooler air. Water can absorb or release relatively large amounts of heat with only a slight change in its own temperature.
How does water contribute to life?